Comparison of different cloning vectors. At the end, after discussing different type of cloning vectors, we can summarize them. We started our discussion with the bacterial plasmid. You have the idea that plasmids, they can replicate independently of the host chromosome because of having its own region of replication, and it has the ability to clone around 10 kilobase to sometime up to 15 kilobase DNA fragment. And one of the example of the artificially constructed plasmid, it is PBR322. Next, we discussed some plasmids of the bacteriophage lambda that have the ability to clone up to 23 kilobase DNA fragments, especially if we use replacement type of vector. And here we discuss different type of chiron vector, if you remember. After that, we also focused on a different type of cosmid vector that can clone up to 45 to 52 kilobase DNA fragments. And if we want to clone larger DNA fragments, of course, then bacterial artificial chromosome and yeast artificial chromosome, they are important. स्पेशली जो यीस्ट आर्टिफिशियल क्रोमोसोम है ये 2000 किलोबेस तक डीएनए फ्रैगमेंट को क्लोन कर सकता है. इसी तरह से हमने डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ वेक्टर लाइक शटल वेक्टर और एक्सप्रेशन वेक्टर पर भी ब्रीफली फोकस किया. नाउ वी कैन कंपेयर देम द फॉर्म ऑफ टेबल, दैट इज what is the maximum DNA insert that can be cloned by using different type of cloning vectors. We can discuss about PBR322. The host organism, it is E. coli, and it can clone up to 10 to 15 kilobase DNA fragment. And of course, lambdaphages. Next one, again, they can infect E. coli as the host organism. And this is the DNA fragment that may be up to 25 kilobase DNA fragment. That is important. Next one are the lambda cosmids. They can clone up to 45 or sometimes 52 kilobase DNA fragment. And then another type of phage vectors that we not focused mainly, and it is P1 phage, and that can clone 70 to 100 kilobase DNA fragments. Then P1 type packaging system. Here the host organism again is E. coli, and it can clone up to 300 kilobase DNA fragment. And bacterial artificial chromosome, it can clone up to 300 kilobase. And the larger DNA fragments, it can be cloned by using YAGS, yeast artificial chromosome, and the host organism is Saccharomyces, and it can clone between 200 to 2000 kilobase DNA fragments. So this is the comparison of different cloning vectors that can be used to clone different fragments of DNA that are variable in their sizes.